So, getting yourself set. We're at day 33 of our practice for elevated expression. Your mat, your blanket, 1 or 2 blocks, and a strap will support our warm-up. And your Monara Presence Oil, if you would like it, which we'll use right before our Korani Kriya. And as you're setting up your space, I'm returning to our reading from Oneness. And on Sunday, I was reading about how it's time for us to recognize that truth is individual and that each of us has an experience of our own truths. And the necessity for that, because that's what allows our world to be so varied and so rich. That multiple truths are not necessarily conflict, but simply perspectives. None of us can see anyone else's perspective, and so our work then is to feel our truth is valid, and in that give it voice. When one ceases to give energy to the invalidation of the perceptions of another as a means of reinforcing one's own, one creates the space for the validity of all variations on a shared vision, and it lays the groundwork for the mutual experience of harmony. I do not need to invalidate your expression for my expression to be valid. This principle can be applied interpersonally and interculturally, and ultimately forms the basis upon which the differences that now alienate you from one another become the force that unites us all. So if I take the time, and through this practice, I have come to a very different respect for listening. That listening is absolutely a necessity for expression. And when we pause and we sit and we breathe in through the left and out through both, activating the listening of ourselves at a cellular level, I can hear what I feel. I can hear what I need. And in that, I am developing my ability to express my requirement. I am developing a clarity and a distillation of my truth. And in that, I set an example for both of us so that I can hear your truth, your request, your requirement. And we elevate ourselves and we elevate each other. And in this way, we elevate our collective. So build on the foundation of listening by providing a validation for all that you hear in this practice. Palms together, sitting tall. Good morning, good morning. May it be so, may it be strong and clear. May we be guided. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Roll your shoulders, roll your wrists, shake it out. We're going to start standing, but we're going to put our 2 sequences together. There's a little bit of newness tossed in. And shake out your feet and shake out your hands and allow yourself to turn. And getting unstuck through the belly, through the elbows, through the fingers. Inhale as you turn left, exhale as you turn right. And we'll go from there 21 more times. One more. And then pause, hands up high. Shoulders are soft, fingers are soft, palms are open, face is open. Starting to change our chemistry, the alchemy of moving our body to change our chemistry, to change our molecular makeup. Right elbow, left knee. And so you're rounding in and opening tall. And in this, you're strengthening the hip flexor, the drawing of the knee up, you're rounding, stretching, lengthening through the back. And you're becoming strong in the abdomen. And change sides. Elbow to knee and repeat. 10. One more. And then hands paws tall. And you're beginning to build your ability to hold this expanded space. To ride whatever experience moves through it. Opening the abdomen, opening the knees, opening the elbows, the joints. And then thumbs turn down, the backs of your hands to your spine. Reach wide up over to the left. Hand to the back. And up and over. And hand back. Inhale as you reach and exhale as you take your hand a little higher up your spine each time. And one more. And standing tall. Add your strap at the top of your mat. Sorry, baby. Strap goes behind you, hip distance, hip width. Chest is broad. And then sitting down. As you lift your hands, fold over your body, hips up. A little wag of the tail, a little shift side to side. And then sitting down, hands down, lift your heart, stand tall. Inhale, over. Exhale, sitting down. How deeply can you sit? 5. 4. 3. 2. And staying. letting the shoulders relax. And then hands down, sit down, standing tall, release the strap. And sweep up. And hands down the backs of your legs. Knees are soft and you're folding in. And out the same way. Unfold, hands wide, inhale up. And back down, 3 more. So the same fold of the legs, but you're getting a little bit bigger, a little bit higher through the body. And this time as you fold, you'll bring yourself to the floor, stepping back to a down dog. Base of the thumbs are heavy, knees are bent, heels float, opening the armpits, opening the elbows, dropping your head, and knees to the floor. On your exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. And on your inhale, rise back up, and exhale, down dog. To hands and knees, to child's pose. Inhaling up, exhaling back. We go one more time. And we'll meet and pause in dog. Knees to the floor, putting the block underneath your left hand. So putting together what we did standing, tip your left toes out to the left side, tuck your toes under, and the right foot flat. If you need to pad your knees, set yourself up. And then bring your right elbow to your right knee. There's your exhale as you round, and then foot to the floor, arm overhead. There's your inhale as you open. Exhale to close and inhale to open. For 3. For 2. 1 more. And then pausing, pivot your left foot a little closer to your hand so that you can broaden across the pelvis. Lengthen through the navel. And open through the throat. Good. And setting down, knees wide, child's pose, and walk your hands a big step to the left side. Dropping your right shoulder down, your right hip back, folding. And coming onto hands and knees, you'll put the block underneath your right hand. Turn your right toes out behind you and your left foot flat and your left hand up overhead. And then elbow to knee as your exhale, foot to the floor, arm extends, that's your inhale. Using the foot to the floor to begin to find the full extension out of the foot, out of the hip, out of the shoulder for 5. And 2. And 1. Keep that and pivot your right foot closer to the block. Send your right hip forward, broaden your pelvis, broaden your chest. Standing in the outer edge of your left foot. Lengthening all the way through the palate of the mouth, the roof of the mouth. And then bringing it back down. Finding your child's pose, knees wide, toes together. Step your hands to the right side, and drop your left shoulder and your left hip. And then walking back into the center, downward facing dog. The length you've got now from the hips to the shoulders, out through the spine, knees are soft. Arms are down through the floor. And there's just a wholly new length to your body. Step your right foot outside of your right hand, put your left knee to the floor, and add a block underneath your left hand. And your right hand comes up and all the way back. And the right hand comes up and then all the way back. And the right hand comes up. Turning your right palm to face the front. And then the right hand dropping all the way slowly, slowly back. You may work here with your hand open or bend your left knee, catching the outer foot. Stay for 3. And releasing, hand comes down, step back, downward facing dog. Right hand, right hip, right heel, that line so long, grounded in the hand, grounded in the foot. And the left foot steps up, and the right knee comes down, and the right hand onto the block. So the left hand starts high, palm face forward, just broadening through the chest. And then the left hand going wide and back. And bring it back up, looking down. Open the pelvis and the hips. And then take the left hand back again. One more time, left hand high. And that gives you a little more space through the hips. And once you've got some space, take your left hand back. Stay there. Or bend your knee and holding the outer foot, outer ankle, chest is broad. Bring it all the way up, all the way over, and all the way downward facing dog. Perfect. And bring your knees down and set your block between your heels. And we'll spread the hands wide. And then bring your elbows together, tuck your chin, round your back, and then open wide. So exhaling in and inhaling open, moving through the spine. So all the length that you made, you're moving the spine as though cat-cow. Opening and closing through the upper back for 5. Good, good, good. And you'll take your right elbow under your left. Garudasana arms. Elbows come in and down. And then elbows come up and out. So exhale, round. Inhale up. And the spine moves, rounding and arching. One more time, rounding down and rising up. To open wide and close 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. And left elbow under right, elbows coming in, round down, and then rise out. Move from the tail, rounding the tail forward, and then tipping the tail back. The spine follows, the elbows follow, the chin follows, so that you can feel it all the way to the palate of your mouth. One more. And letting go. Good. We'll come to hands and knees. Last of the warm-up here. Elbows down to the floor. And finish that cat-cow right there. So that you're getting right up into the very top edge of the spine. Now you may work right here or tucking your toes under. Lift your knees, press your elbows down, your fingertips forward and broad through the back for 5. And knees to the floor. As you set yourself up, let your heels be wide, perhaps sitting on the edge of a blanket or a block. Good. Side to side. So that you can take the opening of your good body all the way through the outer hips, all the way to your outer feet. That this is preparing the upper body to be held in the foundation of the low body seat. And then keep your body to the right side, your left hand overhead. For 3, 2, and the left hand down and the right hand over. And come upright. So the chest is broad, the heart is high. Crossing your legs, sitting tall. Find a little bit of a circle, hands on thigh. Smoothing out. Three, 2, and reverse your direction. And coast to a stop and pause tall. And from this stability, this certainty, this center, left hand, thumb, and first fingertips touch. Right hand, fingers together. Take your thumb to the right side nostril, closing there. You'll breathe in the left. Soften your thumb and breathe out through both. Close the right, in left, 2, 3, 4. Out both, 2, 3, 4. In left. Out both. In left. Out both. Continuing. Inhaling white light up the spine and exhaling out both nostrils. 2 more minutes. And on your last exhalation, release the nostril. Inhale, 3 sips. Heart up, chin in, stay tall. Lift the pelvic floor and gather into the spine, and the spine up into the midbrain, and just pause, coalescing, directing, and elevating your energy. And then letting go. Take it right away to put the knees wide, the toes together, the elbows to the floor. Palms together, forearms down. And if your forehead doesn't reach the floor, set a block under the forehead. And begin to settle in. Inhaling up the spine. And exhaling white light into the spine. Inhaling up. Exhaling white light through the spine. And adding the color of red at the base, orange low belly, yellow navel, green heart, blue collarbones, indigo mind, violet crown, and white light. In and up the spine with color. A last round. And coming upright. Sitting tall. And this is why with our warm-up we were so active through the sides of the spine, through the height of the spine, into the midbrain. Palms out, thumbs turning back. Turning to the right, bend your elbows to a right angle. Turning to the left, open your arms out straight, thumbs back. Exhale as you bend, turning right. Inhale through the nose to the left. So in and out through the nose, close your eyes. So steady. Balancing inhale and exhale. Becoming as quiet as possible internally. Just growing accustomed to that, noticing if your mind scoots around and coming back into the rhythm of your breathing. One more round. Hands high, 3 sips in. Tuck your chin, lift the pelvic floor. Attention up the spine, gather at the midbrain. And then release. And sit tall and steady and notice. Building kneeling, setting the block between your feet. Arms go out, and we're building our ability to hold steady. Regardless of where our inner chatter goes, we're fortifying ourselves. And so this posture has the potential to really change our reaction to ourselves if we take it to its edge. So I've offered lots of modification. Roll your thumbs open, heart comes up. You may work here, elbows bent or arms out, but the full posture, pinky edge of the hands to touch, right? Chin is pointed to the fingertips. Find a whisper of ha. Close your mouth, close your eyes, out your nose, steady breath, same as the ha. Keep bringing more precision to the arms. Keep bringing more consistency to the breath. Allow there to be an intensity. Allow there to be an urgency, and be okay with this. And keep softening through the experience and letting the intensity grow. They can be there hand in hand. 3, 2, 1. Hands up. Inhale. Go. Elbows bend, breath out, hands down, sitting tall. We're going straight into the next posture. Hands interlace behind you if you need the strap. Let it be hip distance. Or interlace your fingers, knuckles down, arms nice and straight. And then the hands lift away from the body. Opening your palms if you need to. Heart up, chin lightly in. You're creating a bind. You're creating a block. You're creating a little bit of a hold. And you're building energy through the chest. And you're opening through the arms. So that when you pause this breath, when you let go of the hands, when you let go of the chin, the energy will have built up and will rise and wash through the throat into the midbrain. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hands up, go, go, go. And release your chin and elbows down and notice the upward action of energy through your body, right to the top of your head. And it's this clarity of perspective, it's this self-awareness that allows us to hear ourselves more fully. Come upright, build your seat. Bring your oil if you use it. And putting a drop on your middle fingers. And then you put that drop on the center of your chest, right over the sternum. Right? And just hold that space. That for any quality of listening, we start with a shift. We center. Aware of how it feels in our body, aware of how it feels in our breath. Aware that those feelings will color everything else we hear, and so be aware of them. and let go. A drop on the middle fingers, and then put the middle fingers together. And the right hand, middle finger finding the outside crease. So if you trace the outer edge of your pinky down, feel where the hand meets the wrist. There's a space between two bones right there. Softening through the left side body, left side arm, left side of the heart, left side lung. The left finger tracing down the outer edge of the right pinky, finding the base of the hand, and right where the hand meets the wrist, the space between the two bones. Hold there. Clearing our speech, clearing our communication, that even our speech has a quality of listening, a quality of empathy. I know your truth is not my truth, and that's okay. Right hand thumb, 2 fingers width below the base of your hand, in between the tendons, and the right hand middle finger in between the tendons on the back of the hand. Empathy being a quality of listening that does not require agreement. I can understand why you might say what you say, even though I do not agree. I fortify myself to hold my truth and to hold the possibility of your truth as distinct from mine. Left hand thumb between the 2 tendons of your right hand, right at the crease at the back of your hand where it meets the wrist between those tendons, and hold. May our communication be filled with dignity, with respect. And in that dignity, in that clarification, may our communication be clear of violence. The last 2 fingers come together and are held down by the thumb. The fingertips meet at the height of the throat. We'll go 7 minutes and then we'll rest. If you need to, you put your arms down at any point and you rest and then come back. Inhale for a count of 3. Pause for a count of 5. And breathe out for a count of 10. That long exhale, if you run out of breath, just be still and quiet for the count of 10. And then breathe in again for 3. That long exhale, that long quiet is a chance to release your own impressions, your own words, and be quiet. And in the quiet, receive a deeper quality of listening, receiving guidance, receiving healing. In 3. Pause 5. Out 10. One more round. And the hands down. Normal breathing. Residing in your sensation, either in seated or in your shavasana posture. Today I will unfold just for 4 minutes. If you have time, stay longer or as necessary. Hands overhead, out through the feet and the toes. And as you walk your feet in, bring your palms together. Rub the hands, rub the feet, clean the contact. Hold your shins a little side to side. And roll all the way up. Sitting tall. Sweeping wide, reaching, gathering down the middle. In and up. Gathering in. Thumbs to the forehead, center, long sat, short nam. I bow to it all. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, I see myself. Sat Nam, I hear myself. Namaste, I hear you. So there's a Thursday newsletter that goes out every other week. If you're not on that list, hop on that list by going on my website if you want to know more. Many times it's an exploration of an idea coming out of our 4-day practice. And this practice is entirely supported by the people who use it. And so if this has become something regular for you, be sure you set up a payment. Make sure that you're creating a clean exchange that says, I receive value from you and I provide value back. Anywhere in your world where you are receiving, be sure that you're providing back out, that the current of your currency is unimpeded, because that's what keeps it all going for all of us. And so if this is a practice that has grown familiar to you and you have never made a payment, then hop on. You can make a one-time payment, or you can set up a recurring payment. And the people that have a recurring payment, then they get extra little practices that they can use when perhaps you don't have an hour, when you don't have a half hour, or you don't have a chance to sit down. Often they're done seated or standing. You can do it next to the playground while your kids are playing. You can do it while you're waiting for your pasta to boil. So there's a great appreciation on my part for the fact that you're practicing, and that's why I show up. And then there's a great appreciation for the exchange that allows the rest of my life to go on, to support us all. So there's a newsletter if you like, and it's easy to make a payment if you like. Keep the conversation clean, strong, and tall. And I will be back on Sunday. Next week we have Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Next Thursday we will practice at 11, and it'll be our 40th day. So we will practice at 11, and I will meet you there. But 8 a.m. on Sunday, regular time. Noon on Tuesday, regular time. 11, 1 hour earlier next Thursday. I'll see you there. Sat Nam.